Hi, this is Jim with Ahh-some Water Care, and today we're going to go ahead and purge the hot tub again. Now, this tub has been on our Aqua Clarity program for a little over a year now. Now, I did a test purge and refill about 7 months ago. So this water's approximately 7 months old, maybe just a little bit longer. As you can see, still amazingly crystal clear. We use the Aqua Clarity product every single week. What we're gonna do today is do a full purge using Aqua Clarity. We're gonna see how much comes out. Again, this tub has been on the program for a full year now. And the goal here with Aqua Clarity is to reduce the number of times that we have to purge our tubs throughout the year. Oftentimes we have to purge our tubs every 3 or 4 months, every 6 months, every 9 months. Our goal is to get that to between 9 months and a year. So I wanna see what comes out of this tub on our purge today. Now, before we do a purge, one thing that I do like to recommend to everybody is to get yourself prepared, and the more you're prepared at the beginning, the easier it'll be. We're gonna step over here real quick, and I'm gonna show you that I have everything that I need. Some of it I don't need right now, but I'm just gonna kind of show you what we've got here. So this is the actual Aqua Clarity concentrate that we mix in a gallon jug with a child safety cap. This is a thick plastic bottle, so that way there you have no leakage. And then we put the label that comes with the Aqua Clarity right in front. Now this is a windshield washer fluid bottle that I rinsed out. It's actually perfect. 128 ounces is what you need. Now I also have out here, if you're doing your purge with the Ahh-some product, the Ahh-some gel, the exact same thing that I'm gonna do today, you can do with the Ahh-some gel. You'll notice here as well, and I wanted to bring this up now, that there's 2 different labels on here. Now, 2 different sizes, of course, but we have gone recently through a rebrand on Ahh-some. So all of the new labels are gonna look like that. These are the old labels. Now, if you still have this, that's fine. You still use it. But moving forward, this is gonna be the new rebrand. Also, one other point that I wanted to mention, and I've had this question several times, why are there these new stickers on the jars? If you purchase your Ahh-some through Amazon, you're gonna have a sticker that looks like this. It's got a little QR code on it. This is what's called a transparency sticker. This validates that the product that you purchased from us off of Amazon is a legitimate Ahh-some product. So the picture on Amazon shows this, but if you get this, and as long as that little code is on the back of it, you have a legitimate product. So if you're gonna use Ahh-some for your purge, you're gonna follow the steps that we demonstrate today the exact same way. In addition, I also have our filter cleaner. Now, normally I clean my filters in the hot tub with the purge. However, because I kind of want to test and see what kind of gunk and grime comes out of the plumbing system after a year, I don't want the filters to contaminate that water with the purge. So I have my buckets, and I'll have my son bring the camera over here. I've got 5 filter cartridges. I've got my 5 cleaner buckets that I use every single month. Now, I deep clean my filters once a month anyways. They're gonna be pretty nasty here now because it's been a little over a month. But I put about 1.5 teaspoons of the filter cleaner gel into each bucket. And if you wanna bring the camera over here, Jack, the gel is already dissolved, and you can stir this up a little bit and you'll see that it'll foam up a little bit. That means that the Ahh-some's in there. Not all of it's completely dissolved yet. It takes a little bit of time, but it's for the most part dissolved. So what we're gonna do is pull those filters out in a moment. Now, I've also got my sanitizer. Now, I use bleach. We also have dichlor shock, which is what I'm gonna put in upon startup, but bleach is my go-to on my regular maintenance. My pH is always high, so I never have to bring my pH up. So I know on refill, I'm gonna have to bring my pH down. I've got my muriatic acid all set to go for refill. And then in addition, I have hard water. So I use the Vanishing Act pillow. You can get these at your local hot tub store, and if they don't have them, you can go ahead and get this off Amazon. I've got my rags to wipe up any gunk that comes out. And most importantly, I have my test kit. Now, this is the Taylor K205 test kit, okay? Takes a little bit of time to get used to using this. However, it's far better than using these things. These little strips, incredibly inaccurate. If they're old, they're gonna give you a bad reading on your tub, so you might think, I've got them floating all over the place, You might think that you have adequate amounts of sanitizer, chlorine or bromine in your tub. Your pH might be fine because you're using these strips, and then we wonder why the water's cloudy or green. Highly recommend that you get yourself a titration kit. You don't have to get it tailored. They sell a whole bunch of different kinds out there. This just happens to be the best. So a titration kit, extremely important if you want to test your own water to make sure that your water is good to go. Okay, so now that we've got that done, we're going to go ahead and prep the tub. I have removable headrests. So I'm going to take those removable headrests off the tub, and I'm just going to set them off to the side. Next step, we're going to go ahead and remove our filter cartridges. I'm going to take my scum ray and throw it back in there. That little thing right there, if you don't have a scum ray, highly recommend you head on out to our website. They come in packs of 2. This eliminates all the oil from your tub. It's a saving grace for your tub, okay? These will last you, this particular scum ray I've had for a little over a year now. You alternate them, so 2 weeks in the tub. When it gets, you can see right here that it's starting to sink down a little bit, okay? It's starting to sink down. This one isn't full of oil yet. When it's completely full of oil, it's gonna be down like about that. That's when you know you pull the scum ray out, you put the new scum ray in, and you put that in your washing machine and wash it. So we're gonna go ahead, pull our filter cartridges, and all as we do is put them right in the bucket. And I'll show you what we do with those here in a second. But we're gonna get all of these out. Now, if you have extra filter cartridges, that's fantastic. Take these, clean them, rinse them off with a garden hose when you're done, and then set them up in your, if you've got a locker, a storage shelf that you keep things on for your hot tub chemicals, you can just put your new ones in and save those until you need them again. Now, because I'm very particular about my filter cartridges, mine last a long time, okay? I really am particular. Now you'll notice the water doesn't come all the way up to the top in these. That's okay. I'll just flip them over. Stir this up, get a little agitation going. And they're gonna sit there for 20 minutes. Now, I also have a little bit of bleach in all of the water. The one thing that I do have customers that call me often, the filter cartridges don't come out pearly white. They're not going to. Even with our filter cleaner, they're not gonna come out looking like you just bought them off the store shelf. So I add a little bit of bleach in there with the Ahh-some. There's no issues or problems there, but it just kind of helps whiten them up a little bit. Okay, so we've got, I'm gonna put my salt generator back in its tube, tighten that back up because I've got a little bit of debris here in my tub and I don't want that getting into the plumbing system. I'm gonna go ahead and pull my scum ray out right now, squeeze it out. Oh yeah, and then when you squeeze out your scum ray, your hands feel like you just doused them with some cooking oil. Now for the Aqua Clarity. Now this tub is just a little under 400 gallons. I started this a year ago and you'll see that I'm down to just a little bit left. With a 375 to a 400 gallon tub, and you mix the Aqua Clarity with your gallon jug of water, this will give you 1 complete year worth of product. So I have enough here to do my one last purge. Oh, I put my measuring cup here. Give it a little shake. We're gonna go ahead and turn the jets on low. And then all as I'm gonna do, now you're gonna use, let's see, I'm gonna use about 10 ounces of this for my purge. And by the time we get the 10 ounces in here, I should be pretty close to gone on my Aqua Clarity. That's 6. This is all you do. 8. And 10. Now I still have a little bit left. On a weekly basis that I use this, I only use 1 3/4 ounces. So there's a little bit left over in the bottom. I can even, you know, since I'm gonna be redoing it anyways, I can just take that. We'll put a little extra Aqua Clarity in there. That pretty much finishes off my jug. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the jets on high. You're gonna see some foaming. And this is what you wanna have. It's not gonna be, shouldn't be a ton of foam. Now, I put a little extra Aqua Clarity in, so we may have a little extra foam than normal, but that's okay. What you want is a good 2 or 3 inches floating on the top. One of the questions that I get often is, should I get rid of the foam? Absolutely not. The foam is what you want. This is doing the dirty work. This is getting into the plumbing system and getting all of the detriment out of the plumbing system. Bacteria, fungus, mold, everything that's growing in there, this is what we want to get out. So we're going to let this run for about 30 minutes and we're going to come back and we're going to take a look and see what all came out. So that's all you have to do. We'll see you in 30 minutes. Hey everybody. So we are about 8 minutes into the process. I wanted to just do another quick video here because I noticed just a little bit. Hopefully the camera's able to pick it up, but there's a little bit of debris here, a little bit of biofilm. Just a very small amount right there floating on the foam. I don't see anything anywhere else yet. But sometimes it's, you can't really see it because oftentimes the biofilm will do a ring around the collar, kind of along the water line. But I wanted to show you there is a little bit there, not much. I'm, at this point in time, extremely impressed where we're at. So we're gonna let this continue to go for a good another 20 minutes or so. Okay, so the tub is purging and I lied to you. I said I'd be back in a half hour and well, here we are again. One thing that I wanted to do is show everybody, we have our new Ahh-some spray cleaner and deodorizer. This is a phenomenal product for the hot tub covers. So what I do is give it a good spray, nothing crazy, but get it, you know, get it nice and wet all through there. And then I'll get some of the edges here. I'll set that down, let it go for about 20 seconds. Now we got a nice, beautiful white rag. And we'll go ahead and clean the backside of the hot tub cover. This is very important to do. Many people don't do this. Highly recommend you clean your cover. In addition, see, now look at all that. In addition, there are some things that a lot of people notice after they use their tub on a regular basis, that there's, you know, kind of, it's almost like a biofilm. It more than likely is a biofilm, especially for that first week or so after you run a purge. This is a, and let me back up one more time. For those of you that have done the purge and you're finding that you might have taken a little bit too long to wipe up the gunk and it's kind of gotten sticky, this product here, a couple quick sprays, you let it sit for about 20 seconds. I'll expedite this process, and then you just wipe it off, and that gunked up bacteria biofilm that you just pulled out of the purge, that'll come right off. This also works for a jetted bathtub in your home. This works in your washing machine, those, especially those HE front loaders that have that black gasket around there. Spray right in the middle of this. Then I take a kitchen knife and kind of put it right there in my rag, and then go right along the inside of that gasket. This stuff here is absolutely amazing. Highly recommend you get some of this, not only for your hot tub cover, but also for your washing machine, your dishwasher, your bathrooms. This will deodorize and sanitize all in one. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes left in the hot tub with the Aqua Clarity Purge. So the filter cartridges have been sitting in the solution of Ahh-some filter cleaner for about 22 minutes now. I've already flipped them over once, but kind of just want to show you, if you need to flip them over, that's all you do, flip them over. See what I've got on my hands? Rubber gloves. Highly recommend that you wear these, number one, if you're working with any cleaner, but number two, when you're working with Ahh-some or Aqua Clarity, we are releasing a lot of bacteria. Maybe not so much in my tub right now, but if I were to go to a tub that's never had Aqua Clarity or Ahh-some in it before, or filter cartridges that have never been cleaned with Ahh-some before, there's a lot of bacteria. I work a lot in my yard, and so I've got a lot of cuts, scratches on my hands, so I don't want that bacteria to get into my body and give me an infection. This is oftentimes the reason why some people get sick in hot tubs, because they've got a cut, and there's bacteria in the tub, and we get sick that way. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the cartridge out, and then all as we do is get our garden hose, spray it down. Now I don't know if my son Jack can get close enough here. If he can get in there, you can see all of that crud and gunk coming out of the filter cartridge. Look how white that is compared to the top that I haven't done yet. So all that you do is go through here. This is cleaning out everything that was in those cleats. And I take my time, go through here, and really get these done well. I'm not going to do them all for you on video right now. I'll just do this one, but the other ones will be the exact same way. But the one thing that I do want to stress when we're doing this, your filter cartridges are extremely important to the well-being of the water in your tub. I can't stress that enough. Your filter cartridges are extremely important. Look at the difference there. Your filter cartridges are doing their job. They're picking up the debris, the sediments, the things that are not supposed to be in your tub. That's why we have filter cartridges. Keeping them regularly cleaned, and specifically deep cleaned, is vitally important. We want to continue to do this. Deep clean at least on a monthly basis. Rinse them off at a minimum every 7 to 10 days. Since we're talking about filters, I will put in a plug. About a week ago, we started selling filter cartridges on our website at ahh-some.com. You'll have to go in there and kind of find the one that fits your tub or your swimming pool. But if you need new cartridges, certainly go on there and get some. But the better you take care of your cartridges, the longer these will last. And these are expensive. Maybe not so much the paper one, but the ceramic ones, these are very pricey. Now the same thing on this. You'll see all that crud coming right out of those cartridges. By the time I'm done getting all this rinsed off, these cartridges are going to be good as new. I'm going to throw that back in there because I'm still working on this one. So that's really what we want to do with our filter cartridge. Make sure that we get them super duper clean. And you can tell it's been a month since I've cleaned my filter cartridges because this is nasty. All right, we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so, and we'll check out the final results of the purge with Aqua Clarity. All right, so we are back. The tub has been purging for 30 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the jets off, or I can find the jet off button. The foam will take a little bit to settle down. I do want my son to come over here and take a look at this. Right now, this is all I see. So that is a relatively small amount of bacteria and biofilm to come out with a tub that basically hasn't been purged in quite some time. So and we're waiting for the foam to settle down. So the real indicator is going to be the ring. Do we have a ring or do we not have a ring? And right now, I don't see much of anything when it comes to a ring. There's a little spot here of bacteria, But this is telling me that Aqua Clarity, there's a little bit here. Aqua Clarity is working on a weekly basis to absolutely keep our tub completely clean. A little bit there. My filter compartment's always where I collect the biofilm. So yeah, we definitely released some biofilm. That there's no doubt. I mean, you can, Jack, come on over to the other side here. I mean, this is, and we definitely got some biofilm out. I mean, this is right here. That, it's, I've got my gloves on, but that's sticky, grimy, nasty. Now, what's actually kind of cool, I'm glad this happened, is that this right here, Jack, you might want to come over to the other side and maybe zoom in a little bit. This is hardened up because the foam went down a little bit, so this is hard. Now you'll see just a little bit of elbow grease, it's coming right off. But I'll show you, this is good that this happened. Just take the Ahh-some spray cleaner, spray right on there, let it sit. I'll put this back. Just take the rag, get it a little bit wet, and then watch. Comes right off. So those of you who call me and say, gosh, Jim, I didn't get to it in time. Look at that, comes right off. Anyway, what we're gonna do now, real easy, is we're gonna give it a quick wipe down. Get all of this biofilm. Notice I've got my gloves back on. We definitely, like I said before, do not want to get this stuff into your body through an open cut or a sore. Okay, we'll do a better wipe down once we start draining it. But we'll get the heavy stuff here, whatever happens to be here. This is the reason why we remove the headrests, because get a little bit of biofilm that accumulates back and behind. There is nothing here. A little bit right there. This is honestly very, very awesome. Pardon the pun. This is the benefit of using Aqua Clarity. Had I not been using Aqua Clarity, I guarantee you my tub would look like it normally does every 6 months when I purge it, which is pretty nasty. This is not nasty. This is quite remarkable that that was all that came out. And this is a true testament to the benefit of using Aqua Clarity in your tub on a weekly basis. I highly encourage everybody to do so. However, at a minimum, if you don't want to go on Aqua Clarity, we still need to make sure that we're purging with the Ahh-some gel at a minimum every 6 months. This allows the water to actually allow you to keep it clean and sanitized. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get our sump pump rigged up, and we'll be back in a couple minutes and we'll get all this water out of here. Okay, so we have, I'm going to toss my gloves over there. We've got the sump pump going right now. Now I use for this a 1/2 horsepower sump. I bought it at Home Depot, but you can get these anywhere. But this will drain this tub in about 5-6 minutes. There will be a little bit of water left at the bottom. I don't care about it myself personally, but if you do, you can take a shop vac and certainly get the remaining amount of water. And the reason that you have a little bit of water left is because you'll see there's a base. This base is about 1 inch tall. So that will not allow all the water to come through. Now we just drain the water back into the trees back there. No harm, nothing wrong at all. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get this drained, and then I will do a good wipe out And then we go ahead and start the refill process, and then that's it. So once I refill, I'll let the water come up to temperature to 80 degrees. I'm a firm believer in not doing much of anything to the tub until you get your water up to 80 degrees, which will take a few hours this afternoon. And then, yeah, once we get the water below the final jet, I do a quick hit the jet. I turn the jet real quick on just to push all the remaining water out of the plumbing system, and then I go ahead and disconnect the power while I get the tub completely wiped down. So there you go. We'll be back in a little bit. We'll get this tub completely drained out. We're about halfway done, about, oh, I'd say 3 minutes into the process. So okay, so the purge is complete. The tub has been drained, wiped down, cleaned out, and now we're refilling through the filter compartment to prevent airlock. It's going to take a few hours to get the tub filled up enough, and it's going to take a few hours longer than that to get the tub up to temperature. Again, I like to start doing my chemicals when the temperature gets to 80 degrees at least. So nonetheless, that's the purge process. We'll come back a little bit later on once the tub is filled up. All right, so we have now completed the purge. It took about 2.5 hours to do the purge, clean the filters, drain the tub, get it nice and cleaned out, and then refill the tub. Currently we are sitting at 59 degrees, so we are not going to do anything with the water yet with regards to chemicals. I want to get it to about 80 degrees. But what I did want to do is do a real quick tutorial on how to actually mix your Aqua Clarity. So I have my jug that I used all of last year, completely emptied, and I just refilled it to about 3/4. Then I simply take the top off. Take the top off your Aqua Clarity, and then you're going to pour that right in to your 1 gallon jug. And I actually need to add a little bit more water to that, maybe about another inch of water to get it to 128 ounces. But imagine for a second that I've got that last inch of water in there, which I'll put in after we're done. Then just give it a good shake. Make sure your cap is on tight. Now, once this water reaches 80 degrees, I'm gonna go ahead and do right away another dose of Aqua Clarity. I'm gonna put in my regular weekly dose of Aqua Clarity right off the bat, so the water starts getting used to that again. And then we'll go ahead and get our pH balanced, which is that's the first thing I'll do, is make sure my pH is balanced, and then I'll get my chlorine in there, and I do a shock the very first time. So we'll come back when we're ready to do that, but I just wanted to show you how to mix up your Aqua Clarity, and now you've got another full year's worth of product on a weekly basis for your hot tub. Okay, welcome back. We have the water almost to 80 degrees here, so we're close enough to where I can start getting my chemicals added. I've got my pillow that's been sitting in there basically since we started refilling, and that's gonna be in there for about 3 days, and that helps me with my water hardness and gets it right down to the level that I want. So my tub is 375 gallons, so we're gonna go ahead and start right away with 1 3/4 ounces of Aqua Clarity that we just simply pour right into the tub. I'm gonna turn the jets on high real quick just to get that mixed in. And when you're using Aqua Clarity, you shouldn't see much foam at all. Even on your weekly maintenance, a little bit, and then all you do is run the jets for 5 minutes like this, let it cycle through, and you're good. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna shock it. So I've been doing this for a while. Just this little about should get my parts per million up to about 3 or 4, which is where I want it. One of those, 4, and then about another half of them. So I like to shock the water right away. That way there, if there are any contaminants that come out upon refill, you've got enough sanitizer and free chlorine to go in and knock that stuff out. So we're going to let that run for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to turn it off, and we're going to go ahead and test the water The pH should be relatively good. It's probably going to be a little bit on the high side, and then we'll go ahead and knock that down if we need to. But we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you very much for taking some time to watch the video here today from the very beginning to the very end. I'm not going to go through the steps every 20 minutes with the pH. It could take all night to get my pH back where it needs to be. But suffice it to say, that's the process you're going to do, a little bit at a time, and then until your pH comes back down into normal. Right now it's a little bit high, the chlorine's a little bit high, that's okay. As always, if you ever have any questions about utilizing Ahh-some for your hot tub to purge, or Aqua Clarity for your hot tub to purge, or use that for the weekly maintenance, or if you have questions with regards to our filter product, our swimming pool product, our dishwasher wash machine product, our jetted bathtub product, I will have all of our contact information at the end of the video, as well as go right to our website, www.ahh-some.com. All of our contact information is there. We always answer our phone if we're able to answer our phone. If we don't, leave us a voicemail, we'll call you back. You can also email us anytime that you'd like, and we'll respond to your email as promptly as we can. We also have our chat feature on our website as well. So we've got multiple ways for you to get a hold of us, and I promise you that if you call us, email us, or chat with us, we will get back to you. That's our promise. So without any further ado, if that's all we've got a nice clean hot tub. It's been purged. Now we're gonna work on getting it balanced over the next day or so. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified when new videos come out. This is Jim. Have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your summer.